some of the teams which have been eliminated. Why were they eliminated? What are the reasons? Chennai Super Kings, they have the entire squad has been a problem. Why KKR didn't do well is simply the captain. Rajasthan Royals, making Riyan Parag the captain was probably the biggest mistake. I normally don't do a post-mortem. That is not my job. I am not a typical analyst, who analyzes events after they happen, because I'm an astrologer. I'm not supposed to be doing that. I'm supposed to be looking forward. But there are many people who follow this form of astrology and also sports been asking me as to what do I feel are the astrological reasons why some of the teams which have been eliminated, why were they eliminated, what are the reasons, astrological reasons I'm going to talk about in this video. So, and I'm very not very surprisingly, many of the teams which have not done well are those teams which I said in the beginning itself that, they won't do well. And that's credit to astrology. Astrology works like clockwork. You can normally predict what kind of teams will do well because of the astrological phenomena. And all of these factors analysis includes the birth details of the captains first of all, secondly the coach, and then the team members. It's very difficult to get the exact birth details of all the team members, so we rely mostly on the birth details of the captain. Again, that is also may not be very accurate. Anyway, so looking at the teams which why they didn't do well, I'll start with KKR. Kolkata Knight Riders, in the very beginning, I said that they have no chances, to win the title at all. In fact, jokingly, there was one analytical expert, he told me that KKR has got great chances to win despite Shreyas Iyer not being there. I jokingly told him that if KKR will win, I will shave off one side of my growth on the face, the stubble, the mustache. It's a fun thing, and why I said that is because it's very simple. The only reason why KKR didn't do well is simply the captain. Captain Ajinkya Rahane is a very beautiful human being, wonderful person, very humble at heart, and wonderful team player, and he has always sacrificed himself for whatever the roles. He's like those, in the mold of the KL Rahul and the Rahul Dravid and all that, doing for whatever the team wants him to do. But unfortunately for him, the horoscope is not very strong as a leader. We're talking only from the leader's perspective. The best that he did as a leader was winning the Test series in Australia, which even MS Dhoni has not done that, but Ajinkya Rahane did that, and that was probably the highest achievement, and he won't be able to do that again, replicate that again. So probably this could be even his last IPL probably a tournament as a captain. He wouldn't captain any other team, that's what I feel. And making him the captain was the biggest mistake that they did, because he didn't have the planets capable to lead a team to victory in a major tournament. Now talking about the second team, Lucknow Super Giants. Lucknow Super Giants, do they have a bad team? Not at all. They have a good team. In fact, one biggest mistake, they did two mistakes. First of all, taking off KL Rahul as the captain was the biggest mistake they did. KL Rahul, born in the year 1992, Pluto is in 0 degrees, Neptune is in 25 degrees, great horoscope, and the current times, whatever is going on, this is a time which is extremely positive for people born between 92 to 94. You see that, the finalists, only one team is belonging to the Gujarat Titans. Only that captain is a younger person, and everyone else is captained by a team who's born in the mid-90s. So they were the ones who were supposed to do well. So the first thing that they did was taking off KL Rahul, and KL Rahul has proven everyone wrong. Who have been pulling him down, he has proven them wrong because he has a good chart. So that was the first mistake. Second mistake is making Rishabh Pant the captain. Why Rishabh Pant shouldn't have been a captain? Because Rishabh Pant, he's born in the patch between 1996 to 1999. That is what they call it as the Grey Lizard patch. So people born during the Grey Lizard patch, what happens is, that patch is very powerful. They will create some extraordinary stories coming back from the dead. But then that will only happen during the Grey Lizard patch when it is very strong, which has already started in 2025, but it will be more pronounced in 2026. So there is only one captain belonging to that patch, which is Gujarat Titans captain is there at this point of time. So he has probably the best horoscope amongst all the Grey Lizard born people. So Rishabh Pant was born in the patch, but then he didn't have those planets to push him through. They could have actually made. I mean, they have another very very good player with them. Whom they could have made a captain, and that is Nicholas Puran. Nicholas Puran, born in 1995, exactly fitted the bill. So they had the team, they had the nucleus, but then probably the right personnel in the right place would have made a difference. Okay, Justin Langer has a good chart, so unfortunately for LSG they have a chance in the next year, but in this year, of course, they couldn't do it. Now CSK, Chennai Super Kings has a big trouble, has a big problem. They have the entire squad has been a problem. Okay, they have all those. I mean, they had that great. They had this philosophy of making all of those batsmen who were once upon a time were good batsmen, but then they are not doing so well. Bring them in and give them the license to go for the kill. And they were having those. They were playing this traditional form of cricket. It was working well till Dhoni was going through those good times, which means Dhoni as that horoscope, which was very powerful. It was very strong in 2021 in 2023. So all of those years, what happened is Pluto was very powerful and Neptune was very powerful. Uranus was also very powerful. So all of those planets were very very strong to give MS Dhoni the ability to go and win those games. But now MS Dhoni is over the hill. I'm not talking from the age perspective. It doesn't matter. Somebody can be 50-year-old, and if you are capable enough, you can keep playing. But I'm talking from the perspective of something called as a karmic quota. So the karmic quota is done with. So MS Dhoni cannot produce some magic again in future. It is never possible. I mean, he was pushing his luck too far, and so that is one factor. And then they also have 2-3 more people in the squad, who are not supposed to be there. Immediately, if I'm going to give a name, that is Ashwin. Ashwin is born in 1986. I mean, I hope he's not seen the video. But I was always been saying that Ashwin is a great player. He's already great, right? So he's done there, done that, and he has become a great. MS Dhoni has become a great. Ravindra Jadeja has become a great. So they can leave the game being the greats, So but then they probably pushed it further for one more year. So having these, I mean, there are so many people I can say, but then even Huda, for example. See, when you have that, maybe Huda has a decent chart, but then the problem is that because this nucleus. So initially, of course, the injury of Gaikwad was a problem, and then you have MS Dhoni taking over. So MS Dhoni taking over, Gaikwad would have been if he was continuing, then it would have been very good. But Gaikwad, because he has a good chart, but because the players that he is captaining were all over the hill or they were having problems, so that's the reason he probably got injured. Because he cannot lead them to success, so he got injured, and then they were not supposed to do well. So that's the reason MSD became the captain again. So it was like a very interesting story. I would say that CSK can only do well. I mean, CSK, wow! I mean, they really got some fabulous talent with them. I mean, someone like an Ayush Matre, for example, just to give. I mean, they've got some very very extraordinarily talented youngsters. They just have to revamp. Just leave out all of those people over 35, okay, or maybe 32, okay, and then just go with the new people, and then they're going to really reap the benefits of that. So they have that squad, they have the nucleus to do really well, but then MSD, Ashwin have to go. Of course, Jadeja, they all three have to go. And then talking about the next team, I would say Sunrisers Hyderabad. Sunrisers Hyderabad was a surprise, okay, because Sunrisers Hyderabad has got the nucleus is extremely powerful. Probably this is the real, I would say, the surprise, okay. I expected them to do well. I didn't expect them to do so badly. And they have a phenomenal squad, and we're looking at someone like an Abhishek Sharma, who's going to be going to be there for many years, and he has booked a seat in the top 2. Okay, so I mean, it can be a Henrik Klaassen or a Travis Head or even Nitish Reddy, for example, Ishan Kishan. They have phenomenal set of players, and it is very very sad that they couldn't do well in this year. The reason they couldn't do well is because of one simple reason, and that is the horoscope of Pat Cummins. See, Pat Cummins has been there, done that, and done so many things. See, because he has done so many things before, because he has been like this extraordinary leader who has been there for so many, I mean, like, he has achieved everything. World Cup, okay, then you're talking about the WTC. So, and all the major tournaments is something that he has been always winning. So, because he has been winning everything, so he also has to go through that period when he's not winning something, okay? And probably also there are other people in that same set of planets like him. So that is the reason you will see that in the top 4 there are 3 people who are born in almost similar to the years when he is born. Okay, so that is adding to the whole factor that because there were some other people with the same set of planets of Pat Cummins have to do well, so that's the reason he's not doing well. Okay, so that's the only reason. But then that doesn't mean that Sunrisers Hyderabad is a bad team. They're a very, very strong team. See, Pat Cummins can win an IPL at some point of time, so he can only come back and do well. Okay, which can be even the next year. So, but then this year they didn't do well. So finally, talking about Rajasthan Royals, one simple reason, they have Sanju Samson, born in 1994. Very good horoscope. He has got, almost a horoscope which is almost equivalent to Shreyas Iyer, born within a span of about just a couple of months or a few weeks actually from Shreyas Iyer. But unfortunately, he got injured. Okay, so a planet would be there, which is Uranus is weak in the chart, so that would have gave him the injury. So him not being there, okay, and making Riyan Parag the captain was probably the biggest mistake. Okay, they have a find in Vaibhav Suryavanshi and all. They have a very, very good team. But probably I would say the one major reason, the initial part of the tournament, they had Riyan Parag as the captain. He's a very, very young boy, 2001 born. You cannot make him the captain. Of course, they also couldn't have made anyone else a captain. So there is no other, they don't have a candidate. Okay, maybe Nitish Rana. Nitish Rana could have been a captain, but the point is that he is new to the setup and probably he wouldn't have been accepted as a leader because there have been so many other players already there and he's coming from a different franchisee and making him the captain. Though he's senior in age and experience, but then he was not made the captain. He actually was the guy who had the best planets to lead them, but unfortunately he was not there. And Riyan Parag was there. So that is a simple reason why they didn't go so far. And by the time Sanju Samson came back, it was too late. Okay. So so this is the post-mortem of what I had to do. And yes, we are also going to make some video on how, all of these teams, what they can do probably different in the next year, so that they can do well. Okay. Till then, see you soon and see you yet again in another video for Times of India Sports.